You see, even the smallest amount of consistent creativity that you look forward to and that you enjoy, well, it affects the winter brain in a really good way. And this can be any kind of creativity. The list, my friend, is endless. If you think it's creative, it probably is.
Hello, my creative friend. Welcome to the BDI Create.today podcast. This is a podcast where we'll discover the who, what, where, when, why, and how you can be creative or have more creativity. And together, we'll explore the extraordinary impact creativity can have in your life, in your heart, mind, body, and soul. And if we haven't met yet, I am Beth Buffington, a licensed artist, digital illustration instructor, and a creative coach living just outside of the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. But mostly, I am someone who is curious about how creativity can weave its way into our lives. Now, each week we're going to look at one or more of the sparkly facets that make up the ever-changing kaleidoscope that is creativity.
Hello, my creative friend. Welcome back to another episode of Create Today with Beth Buffington. Today, we are going to talk about something that might actually change your winter. Now, a lot of us struggle with those short days and dark nights of winter. And at the same time, we also struggle with the responsibilities and the overwhelm that we might feel that come with the expectations during the holiday season. So here's something to think about. Imagine what it would be like to not just survive the winter or the holiday season, but truly thrive with more calm, more joy, and more emotional energy. Wouldn't that be nice? Today, we will explore the hidden power of creativity and how it can lift your mood, reduce stress, and quiet overwhelm and anxiety, and support your well-being during these dark nights of winter and through the hustle of the holiday season. And this isn't wishful thinking. It is backed by science. And it's good for you, and it's easy to do. There are simple and beautiful ways that you can bring this happiness into your life starting this week. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. First, I have to tell you a story about why I believe in this so much. I had this job with a horrible 90-minute commute each way. And on top of that, the job that I was commuting to, while I loved the work and the people on my team, the deadlines were on fire like an inferno every week. And the owner of the company, well, they were a bit unpredictable and not in a good way. So during the winter, while I was commuting, I left for work in the dark and I drove home in the dark. And there were no windows near my office. And it seemed like it was just dark all the time. That combination of being locked on a hamster wheel that no matter how hard I ran or how hard I worked, I just couldn't get where I was supposed to be. And that seasonal feeling that winter brought, that heaviness from driving in the dark both ways, it created this emotional fog that I just couldn't shake. And my job was to manage people and not drag them down into the dark places where I felt like I was living. And I realized that I needed something grounding, something that would make me feel better again. Well, one day during lunch, I pulled out a sketchbook and I just doodled a bunch of silliness just for myself. And I had a good time. And here's the thing. It felt soothing. And I calmed down a little bit. And when I went back to work after lunch, I just felt clearer in my head. So I enjoyed that so much that I started sketching for just a few minutes every day. Sometimes it was during my first cup of coffee in the morning, sometimes at lunch, or sometimes just before I went to bed. And it was just a few minutes, nothing amazing. None of it was perfect. This was just for me. And I didn't know it then, but that tiny act of making art for just a little while every day was doing something really big inside my brain. You see, even the smallest amount of consistent creativity that you look forward to and that you enjoy, well, it affects the winter brain in a really good way. And this can be any kind of creativity. I was sketching, but I could have been knitting or journaling, scrapbooking. I could have been doing pottery or baking. I could have been whittling wood. I could have been singing. I could have been dancing. The list, my friend, is endless. If you think it's creative, it probably is. Add it to the list. So let's unpack why creativity is so powerful for your well-being during winter and the holidays, especially when you're stressed or you feel energy dipping, and if you are experiencing drops in your mood. Science shows us that creativity lowers stress. Studies show that even 20 minutes of creativity a day can lower cortisol, which is your primary stress hormone. And doing a creative activity, it shifts your brain out of that fight or flight mode into a calmer, more regulated state. So when you say, I feel calmer after making something, that's not a coincidence. It's science. So winter routines, they can get heavy and feel very repetitive, just like my commute. 90 minutes this way, lots of work to do, many, many deadlines, 90-minute commute home. And when I got home, there was just time to eat some dinner and go to bed so that I could get up in the morning and do that whole thing over again. If you're feeling that is something that you need to address. Now, during the COVID shutdown, there was a fixed effects longitudinal analysis of nearly 4,000 US adults. And it found that increased engagement in creative leisure, like crafts or even do it yourself projects, well, that was associated with reductions in depressive symptoms. And it increases life satisfaction. Whew, we all want life satisfaction, my friend. Now, this study showed a direct connection between creative engagement and lower depression and anxiety in real world life disruption. I love that. And creative expression also boosts emotional intelligence. And this is the ability to understand your own emotions and then know how to manage them in healthy ways. And emotional intelligence also helps you recognize and respond to the emotions of others with empathy. In winter, when it is easy to have low energy and feel moodier, creative self-expression helps you handle overwhelm and those mood dips better. And you are able to bounce back faster. Because having a creative pastime that you indulge in every day, it's not going to take away all the problems that you're going to be experiencing this winter. And it isn't going to give you nonstop energy 24 hours a day, but it's going to help you overcome the overwhelm better. And it's going to help you bounce back faster. And you're going to feel just a little bit happier because you're allowing yourself to do something that you just look forward to every day. Now, creativity literally strengthens your brain and it can help heal your body. There's compelling evidence that engaging in a creative activity can reduce blood pressure, improve immune function, and promote relaxation. When you combine emotional regulation, lowered stress, and more meaningful connection, creativity becomes a powerful tool to buffer the harshness of winter and or the overwhelm of the holiday hustle. So here's a question for you. What are you creating this winter? And if the answer is, I should do something, Beth. I should get started. Before you begin your winter creative practice, I want to offer 5 guidelines. And these are tips from my own experience, but they are also backed by research. And if you're someone who is already doing a creative practice, these might be something that you could listen to and decide, I might be able to incorporate that into what I'm doing. And maybe my creativity will be even that much stronger. So here's the first guideline. Let whatever you choose to do, allow yourself to be imperfect. Let it be imperfect. You are not doing this creativity to be judged by anyone, especially yourself. This is just for you. And if it is a hot mess, well, that means that you're working, you're experimenting, you're playing, and that's okay. My friend, I have so many sketches in my sketchbooks that look like maybe my 2-year-old grandson was drawing in my sketch pad. Yeah, but that's okay. What I do for my own interest is all for play. It's all for me. It's all about experimenting and having fun. And if something amazing happens from this play, well, that's an extra benefit. And go ahead and give that as a gift. Go ahead and sell that as a product. Go ahead and hang it in a gallery. That's okay, but don't make it your focus. Does that make sense? Number 2, match your winter energy. What does this mean? Well, winter energy is lower and softer. So during the winter, give yourself permission to choose cozy over chaos and low effort creativity over something super strenuous. So think just doodling or quiet journaling, maybe just some fun collage. Maybe if you love to knit, and or just get a coloring book and some markers and some crayons and just color. You don't necessarily have to learn something hard or attempt something you've never done before that is super challenging. Find something comforting and cozy. This is just going to be something that you can sit down and just quietly do and let a few minutes just absorb themselves in whatever cozy, low effort creativity you feel like doing. Number 3, build a rhythm, not pressure. So what I mean by this is that you don't want to just do some creativity on a Tuesday and then let life get in the way and not do anything creative again until Sunday, and then maybe do something on Friday. You want to be consistent. So schedule a time in your calendar. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, although that will help you stay in a rhythm, but do something daily. And when you schedule it in your calendar, you'll show up for it. Build a rhythm, but not pressure. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to allow yourself this time. And when you're doing it, you're just going to have fun with no judgment. But remember that it is easy to put your well-being on that back burner. So don't make it something that you do once everything else is done on your to-do list. Make it part of your to-do list. Make it a priority on your to-do list. Then number 4, I want you to start small. And what I mean by that is 5 minutes a day. It has more emotional impact than 2 hours a month. And then you're building this pathway in the brain, and pathways grow through repetition. That's a daily practice. So don't look at the big picture. Think small. Small is powerful. Small is sustainable. Small gets you through the season with more joy. So start small, 5 minutes a day, but do it every day. And then once 5 minutes a day is easy, then maybe move up to 10 minutes, because the more time you spend on your creativity, the more time your brain can absorb all the goodness that science says creativity will provide. So move that time up to 10 minutes a day. And if you can, grow your time to maybe 20 or 30 minutes each day. Whew, imagine what you'll be like if you're allowing yourself to be creative for a half an hour every day. And then number 5, let creativity help you process. Now, what does this mean? Well, this isn't an escape from your problems. You're not avoiding your troubles by being creative. You're not distracting yourself from more important things. So this means you want to let your creativity express your emotions. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And what science says is that when you allow your hands to get busy doing something repetitive, it gives your brain time in the background to process. And this is when you solve some problems that you're having in your life. It's also that time where you can unravel overwhelm and anxiety and realize that maybe it's okay not to stress on this so much. Doing something creative gives your brain time to process. It gives your brain time to settle down. So let creativity help you process. And you're going to be amazed at how much emotional clarity and calm you will experience. It's a lovely way to reduce stress and overwhelm and provide some much needed happiness to your day. Now let's take just a moment to pause and hear a word from our sponsor. And today's sponsor is brought to you by Silva Sessions. Now, if our topic of creative wellness is resonating with you today, consider the benefits you can gather from extra guidance and support as you navigate your way through winter, spring, summer, and fall. I'm inviting you to join me and my dear friend, Lisa Murphy, who is a certified healthy aging coach, and come to Silva Sessions. Now, this is a twice monthly creative wellness membership. Inside Silva Sessions, we focus on growing and strengthening your well-being and creative resilience through the 3 C's. Now, this is core care, which is understanding the benefits of movement and rest and nourishment, and creative care, which is exploring how creativity lowers stress and lifts your mood, and community care. Because being with other creatives, my friend, it is deeply healing and very supportive. If you're curious about understanding how creativity impacts your overall happiness and your health, and you are needing more joy and connection and creative energy this winter, come join us for Silva Sessions. You'll feel better and brighter, I promise. Go to the show notes, my friend, and you're going to see a link that will take you straight to the Silva Sessions registration page. Or go to www.bdi-create.today and you'll see a link that will take you to Silva Sessions. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds really great, Beth, but I'm a little uncertain how to get started. So you know, I love a good list and I love helping you out with things with a good list. So here are 5 gentle and easy ways to begin a creative practice that actually supports your well-being this winter and will be easy to do every day. Number 1, build a cozy creativity corner. So this is really simple, and it doesn't mean that you have to reserve an entire room in your house. It doesn't mean that you have to suddenly redecorate. all you have to do is pick a spot in your home, maybe a chair with a table, maybe it's a lap desk, and then make it yours. And add a soft lamp or bring in a candle. Make sure you've got whatever you need, a sketchbook or a journal, whatever supplies you need. And then maybe have a warm blanket or a favorite mug. Now, I'm in my studio right now. I have a blanket that I keep on my lap almost all the time. So, having these favorite things, it helps you create that atmosphere of I'm going to be creative and it's going to be relaxing and cozy. Remember, we're matching our winter energy and we're allowing ourselves to be a little slower and a little cozier than we would if maybe we were thinking about creativity for a summer activity. So this place is going to become your creative sanctuary where you can show up and just be. This is just where you have fun. This is just where you relax with your creativity. And number 2, try a 5-minute daily ritual. So we've already talked about this, but it's worth repeating. And this is something that you should be doing if you're just getting started. Set a timer, start at 5 minutes each day and do something small. Think about what you might want to do that you could do in 5 minutes. So you're not going to, paint a mural in 5 minutes. You're not going to knit an entire sweater in 5 minutes. If you only have 5 minutes, think of something that will fit into that tiny window. Maybe you're just doodling. Maybe you're just writing a gratitude list. Maybe you're just making a collage and you're adding a little bit to it every day. Whatever it is, have those supplies at the ready and then sit down, start your timer, and just dive in. Have some fun. And when the timer goes off, you'll go, whoa, that was easy. And easy things, well, that's when habits get built without overwhelm. Number 3, mix movements with your making. There can be times where it really helps to add a little movement to the creativity that you're doing, especially if you're wanting to increase your energy for the day. So there are so many things you can do that will add creativity to movement. Here's just a few ideas that you can use. Think about walking. Sometimes people have dogs that they need to walk. Some people are just walking for your exercise. So when you're out on your walk, instead of just like zoning out and not paying attention to anything, look for certain objects. Maybe you're just going to look for things that are brown or green or circles, or you're going to collect pine cones, or you're going to look for rocks, or you're going to look at cloud formations. Then either collect those things or take photos with your phone of the things you see. And that is going to be a creative, fun treasure hunt for your brain. Or if you're inside, you can't get out right now, dance, my friend, dance. We can all dance and we all feel good when we do it. And the best part of this is that you are doing this just for yourself. So you don't have to be a good dancer. Turn on some music and just let your body move. And you know that old saying, dance like no one's watching? Dance like no one is watching and have fun. You'll find the creativity is in how you decide to move your body. And when you're combining music and dance with movement, you're going to burn some calories, my friend. Set the timer for 5 minutes and you'll be surprised how much movement you can get in during your creative time. So movement plus creativity equals a deeply nourishing combination. Number 4, use themed winter prompts. So when in Rome, my friend, right now it is winter. So embrace it, my friend. Just embrace it. Consider using images in your creativity like snowflakes or pine cones or holiday themes if you're doing visual arts and crafts. Or if you're writing, write a letter to Santa. You're never too old to write a letter to Santa. Or write a poem or a song about a winter experience that you've either had or you remember from when you were a kid. When you use themes around the season that you're in, it helps your creativity connect with the experience you have of that season. Focus on something that's going to help you get out of those winter doldrums. And you can do that and embrace the season at the same time. Number 5, reflect weekly in a creative journal. So at the end of the week, this is a really good time for you to just take stock in how well you did with your creativity throughout the week. So take a few minutes to write or doodle answers to these questions. What surprised me this week? What brought me joy? What felt hard about this week? And what do I want to lean into next? These reflections help you track your emotional journey, not just your creative output. And remember, part of what you're doing here with your creativity isn't just, I'm going to make stuff. How much can I make? No, it is processing the things inside your head and allowing your brain, your emotions, your energy to be on a positive uplift because of the creativity you're doing. Having a moment where you reflect on the creativity that you've been doing will help you decide, should I keep doing the same creativity? Is it helping? Or should I try something new? This is where you're going to decide what to do for you next. So I hope today that you've realized that creativity is a powerful tool that you can use as you figure out the best way for you to embrace winter and thrive through the holidays. And here is the takeaway that I want you to remember after we leave each other today. The long nights of winter, and for many, the holidays, well, they don't have to be something you just survive. This time of year can be something that you can lean into and embrace. My friend, your creative spirit does not need to be burdened by these dark, long nights. It can be illuminated by them. Every mark you make, every word or song you write, every cookie you bake, every piece of creativity you enjoy and enjoy consistently, all of that helps you stay grounded, helps you stay connected, and helps you stay emotionally awake. So, what will you create this week? My friend, I dare you to allow yourself just 5 minutes each day to enjoy your creativity. Give it a try. See how it feels, but be consistent. And don't worry if it's imperfect or it's awkward or you don't feel like you're very good at whatever it is you're doing. Have fun. That's all you have to do. Perfection is not the goal. Happiness is the goal. So just have fun and do it every day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so proud of you for showing up, for wanting to feel better, for wanting to understand how creativity can serve your heart. And if you've resonated with this creative message today, please keep coming back to me for more ideas and strategies for using your creativity to make you happier and healthier in heart, mind, body, and soul. And stop for just a second. Think. Do you know someone in your life who would find this podcast helpful for getting them through another dark winter or through the chaos of the holidays? Please share this podcast with them. Remember, creativity is easy. It's fun and it only costs as much as the supplies you need to do your activity. And to receive the healing benefits it supplies to your brain and your well-being, it only takes one small creative moment, 5 minutes, to do one doodle, one journal entry, a little bit of a collage, a few stitches on a quilt, and you can feel your whole day shift for the better. Day after day, moment after moment, this creative goodness will add up, and you will begin to feel more grounded. You will feel more patient, more calm, more yourself. So what are you waiting for? You'll know when you found your creative passion because it'll spark your curiosity and you'll want to get back to it again and again. When you find that spark, let it burn bright for you throughout the winter. Your creativity is going to shine. More peace, more calm, more creative joy into your winter days and into the hustle of the hectic holiday season. And no matter what activity you choose, remember the most important thing is to stay creative, my friend.